What is up, everybody? You've made it to another episode of CTD Interviews. I am here with Chef Carla. What's up, Chef Carla? Can I call you Chef Carla?
Sure, I
I
like
can
that.
I can call you Chef Carla because I did put this up here as a prompt. So there you go. Chef Carla, what is up?
Hilarious.
What's up with you?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm good. I'm
Good.
good. So for everybody, I have known, this is just like my last interview, and it seems to be a running theme. I have known Carla for at least about 30 years. I'm
Yeah,
thinking like 30 years. Man, we old.
yeah.
We are old. 30 years?
30 years. It's
Shit.
at least that long. Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen you probably for like maybe
At least,
20 years.
yeah, at least 20. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was still a teenager last time I've like physically seen you face to face. And
Yeah.
we were supposed to like hang out. Last time I came to Chicago, which was a
Yeah.
long time ago, we
Long
were
time
supposed to
ago.
hang out. Me, you, and my cousin and Janine,
Yeah.
which is your sister.
Yeah.
Um, but it didn't happen. I don't really remember what happened. But we
Yeah.
gonna kick it one day. One day we
Yeah,
all
for
gonna kick
sure.
it. You know, bring your husband. We all go out and kick it, man. Go to a
Okay.
little nice restaurant and get grown. You know. So
Let's
what's
get
up
it.
with you? What's up with you?
Nothing much. Just, being a mom and a wife and a chef and all
Okay.
these things.
That's
I
cool.
have that business. So, yeah,
All
just
right.
hanging out.
All right. Okay. So you mentioned being a mom,
Yes.
and one question I did have for you,
Hmm.
it looks like I see you post a lot of pictures of your daughter. A lot.
Hmm.
Seems like you a super mom. Am I right about that?
Yes, with the cake
Okay.
and everything.
There you go. There you
Yes,
go. How do you
yes,
like being a
please.
super mom?
It's challenging. It's challenging. My daughter is driven, super driven. She's 16
I can
years
see.
old.
I can
She's an
see.
entrepreneur, straight A student, all of that. My son is extremely intelligent. He just doesn't take a lot of pictures. So that's like that's why
Okay.
you don't see him a lot. But yeah, he's
Okay.
on his own. He has his own place. He's only 19. So yeah,
Okay. All
yeah.
right. So just a little backstory between me and Carla. Now we do talk on here within the group, or like
Hmm.
we've been in several discussions and
Hmm.
topics and just back and forth
Hmm.
conversation for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
But I, I did some growing up in Oak Park,
Hmm.
Illinois, which is literally like across
Across
the
the
street from
street.
where I stay.
Hmm.
So like if you cross if you walked around the corner and across the street, you in a whole nother city.
Yep.
But
Yep.
so my grandmother lived in Oak Park, and like 1000 block of
Yep.
Austin.
1032. Yep.
Right,
Hmm.
right. So that's how I know Carla. You were older than us though. Like
Yeah.
the group. I think I was more closer to Janine's age, your
Yeah.
sister's
You're a little
age.
older than Janine.
Right. So I knew you, but you were, again, at that time you were older.
Yeah. Hmm.
So you ran with a little bit of different crowd,
Yeah.
which I didn't know, but I didn't know them, but I knew you. I saw you every day.
Every day.
But
Yeah.
that's how, I just wanted to give that context for the people
Yeah.
that are watching. And I just mentioned Janine, and how's your brother and sister? How's Janine? How's Arthur doing? How are they doing?
Good. Janine, they literally live down the street.
Oh, okay. Are y'all still in Oak Park?
No, they're in Naperville, I'm in Aurora. So it's kind of the
Oh,
same
okay.
thing. You go across the street, you're in Aurora, across the
Mm-hmm.
street in Naperville. So I'm just south of them. And
Okay.
they're a little further north. And my mom lives in Aurora, just west of
Okay.
us. So yeah, we're all out here. Janine's got 3 girls. Arthur has a little girl and a little boy. So
Okay, I see him.
yeah,
I see like everybody. See, I love Facebook because of
yeah,
that. And that's what I like. What I'm doing now. So what I'm doing now kind of gives me an opportunity to kind of get to know people uh, a little bit more. Than what I used to know. See, I kind of knew people from a distance, like you. Like me and you are cool now
hmm,
than we were back then, because
yeah,
again, we're older.
different
Well,
ages.
I'm older.
Yeah,
I'm older, so I'm not a little kid anymore. So we get to have grown people conversations.
right,
But
right.
just gives me the opportunity to learn about people a little more, and also give people the opportunity to kind of promote some of the things that they're doing. Maybe they might want to get an opinion off their chest or something they want to talk about. So I just want to give that platform for that. So let's get into some of the minutia of the questions. Let me get
Okay.
let's get into what some of the things I want to ask you. So,
Okay.
Pampered Chef, what
Yeah.
is it?
So Pamper Chef is a direct selling company. It's been around for 40 years.
Okay.
So it's sort of like Tupperware, but much, much better. So
Gotcha.
it's a lot more of the kitchen tools, pots and pans, mandolins, things like that, not just storage stuff. So I'll go live and stuff and show myself using all the tools. Lots of the sales happen through parties
Look
where
at you. You selling already. That little ticker back there danging. Look at you. You making some money. Man, I like to hear that. If money's to be made, I'm happy for you. I'm
Yes,
excited. I'm
yes,
excited for you.
absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely. It's a lot of fun. I love it. I love it.
That's cool. That's cool. So
Yeah.
how did you why did you get involved?
So I really love the products. I have products that I've had since my son was born, and he'll be 20 in a few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, they are high quality. So I can stand behind it, and I believe in the product. So that's why I got into it. And then I like to cook, and I cook pretty well. So I enjoy doing that.
Okay. All right. So you say
Mhm.
you cook pretty well. So right down here I do have Chef Carla. We talked about that a little bit before.
Yeah.
So are you a chef? I mean,
No,
or
so
do you just
I
like
go
to
to,
cook?
yes, I love to cook. So
Okay.
I never went to culinary school. I did want to once upon a time until
Okay.
I did some work in restaurants and stuff like that. I was like, nah, this ain't for me. But I do love to cook, so I didn't do the whole culinary thing. But yeah.
Okay. All right. So would you say that Pampered Chef is more of a job? Was it like a passion? Like what
Yeah,
would
it's
you
definitely a passion. I've had several jobs. This ain't
Okay.
that. So I absolutely love doing it. I recruit people to do it with me too. So right now I have about 20 something people on my team.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, so it's definitely my passion. It's changed lives. It's changed my life. Like I was
How?
uh, working a full-time job back in 2019, December 24th, Christmas Eve. I was
Okay.
diagnosed with intestinal cancer.
Oh,
December
okay.
9th
So that's
of
something I
this
never knew.
year.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
and then 15 days before that, my daughter was diagnosed with lupus.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
yeah, so being able to be at home and have a home-based business, 90% of what I do is online. Every now and then I'll go to somebody's house. Obviously not right now, but
Right.
every
Right.
now and then I'll go to somebody's house and do the parties there and show them how to cook and how to use the products and all that. They invite friends and family over, but
That
that's
is
not
what's up.
mostly what I do. But it's a lot of fun. I absolutely love it. So
That is awesome.
yeah,
I could tell that just looking at you the way you talk about it. And
yeah, it's
you I
exciting
mean I still get the pampered stuff. I
for
got an
me.
email at 6. Yeah, I got an
Yeah,
email at 6 o'clock. I got a text message. So I still get it and I'm still in the loop and I look at it when I get a chance. I'm a very busy person.
yeah, yeah.
Some of the stuff look good. So I am definitely going to hit you up about that. But
Okay.
so you did mention you love cooking.
Yes,
That's a passion for you.
yes.
Is cooking is cooking well, cooking is usually an art that's passed down. Does your mom cook?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay.
My mom cooks. She makes the cakes. Like she makes cakes in shapes of things. Like
Ooh.
she made a cake for my aunt who is a caterer. See,
Okay.
there's more cooking. But it was like crates stacked on each other with little people sitting on the sides of the crates, and they
Okay.
had like fried chicken coming out the top and macaroni and cheese, like, and it was all cake and Rice Krispies.
Okay.
So she does like all of that stuff. And then Janine has a whole cupcake business, and she does macaroons, like custom macaroons and all kinds of stuff. The small cakes that you see that have all the decorations and the donuts and stuff coming all out of it and stuff. Janine does
Okay.
that. So it's
All right.
definitely a family thing. But it started with my grandfather. My grandfather was a really, really, really good cook. So
Wow.
yeah,
Okay. All
yeah.
right. So I didn't know Janine could. Actually, I think I've seen her post some things. I didn't know she was
Yeah.
like. I thought how sometimes people post something and it's
The
just like maybe a one or
co-founder.
two off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
no, she
I
has a
didn't know it
whole
was just
successful
a
business. Yeah, whole
okay.
successful business. She
Does she
She
do the
does.
Pampered Chef as well, or is it just you?
Well, she did briefly, but she doesn't do
Okay.
it anymore. But she does cupcakes, macaroons, Rice Krispies trees, donuts. She made some kind of what do you call it? It's like a bread. It's like a really rich bread. I can't think of the name of it.
Okay.
Brioche. She made brioche
Broche.
donuts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
delicious.
So
Yeah,
so in your house, do you do all the cooking, or does Marlon
pretty
help?
much. Marlin fries because I don't like to fry stuff. I don't like the way I smell afterwards. It's like all in your hair.
I got you.
So,
I got
so
you.
he does any kind of frying because he likes fried food. I'm not a big fried
I
food.
like fried food too. So I'm with.
Yeah.
Hey, Marlon, I'm with you, bro. I like my food fried. It's not the healthiest, but I like my
Yeah.
food fried.
Love it
I mean,
fried. Yeah.
baked food is good, and however, but I prefer it. It ain't the healthiest, but I prefer it
No,
fried.
it's a
So,
lot.
what's your signature dish?
I actually, well, there's two. So there's gumbo. I'm always making gumbo.
Gumbo. Ooh,
Yeah, you didn't see
you
my
making me
gumbo?
hungry. You make me hungry. I'm about to go
Yes.
upstairs and okay, some
You put some
gumbo.
stuff in
What are you throwing on? What are you throwing in your gumbo?
From the whole recipe or like what? What are you
Like
asking?
what are you putting in your? Everybody got a different gumbo. That's what I learned. Like it ain't all the
It
same. Some
ain't all
people
the
put
same. Yeah.
right.
So
So what do you what's your go to? What are you putting inside of that you don't think a lot of people or other people doing?
So sometimes I'll do some langostino lobster because it goes a little bit further. It's not exactly lobster, it's not exactly shrimp. So sometimes I'll put that in there. I always put okra in there, and I always put in a flat tire beer. I put that in my
Ooh,
gumbo.
okay. So that's different. I ain't heard of that one. Flat tire
Yeah,
beer. Okay,
yeah, flat
that's
tire. You
what's
got to
up.
kind of amber, or you could do like a Modelo. It's a darker beer. I think it's called
I
Negra or something like that.
yeah yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen that one. Okay.
Yeah, but it
All
doesn't
right.
taste good. Flat tire is better.
All right. Do you cook
Yeah,
spaghetti? Now here's the thing, because I we had a little discussion in a group chat
yeah.
that I have.
With the spaghetti.
Uh, and I'm sorry, the group page with spaghetti.
Yeah,
You say you see, I love spaghetti. I love
yeah,
pasta.
yeah.
I love
Arthur wore
pasta.
us out.
You don't like pasta. You don't
I love pasta, but spaghetti. Oh my gosh, Arthur can
what?
live on spaghetti. I'm so tired
Mm.
of spaghetti.
So you just tired of it?
I'm exhausted. I don't
Ah,
need to
come
see
on.
it no more.
Yeah, I like spaghetti. I like mascacholi.
Hmm.
Um, here's the funny thing. Fun
Hmm.
fact:
Okay.
I don't eat a lot of cheese. Like I'm not.
Really?
Yes. So like sauce and meat,
Uh huh.
herbs.
Uh huh.
Um, yeah. Put a little salad on the side with some vinaigrette. I'm
Hmm.
man. I love it. I made some rigatoni not too long ago, and it was bomb. And
Oh.
my
Uh
son, who only eats chicken nuggets and chicken nuggets and pizza.
huh.
There you go. There go another sip. Who only eats chicken nuggets and pizza was throwing down that rigatoni. He loved it. He loved it. And here's the thing: I don't like to cook. That's another fun fact. I don't like to cook, but I can cook. I
Right.
can cook. I'm a very creative cooker. Like I will find things in the pantry and I will do whatever I can to bring that flavor out to just try to make it taste like something that nobody has ever had. So
Hmm.
um I don't do it often, but
Hmm.
when I do, my girl is looking, she happy and
Yeah.
she in the mood, she happy, she in the spirit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um because it's something that don't happen often, and
Right.
my kids even get excited when they see me behind there and I'm
Trying
grilling.
to
Oh
cook.
my
Yeah.
goodness, yeah, they love that. um so another question about still in this whole thing with the food and everything.
Uh-huh.
Do you plan to branch out and get your own restaurant or
Oh
be
my
head chef or
God.
anything like that?
No. I
Get
do plan to do a recipe book.
okay,
I
that's
do
what's
want to
up.
do a recipe
Okay,
book, but doing a restaurant, no. Like I did. So the gumbo, that's one of my signature dishes, and the other one is the one that I just put in the oven is the salmon with I cover it with a crab cake and then with some shrimp. It's something that I saw on TikTok, but
okay,
I think I made it like 3 or 4 times now, so it's become like a signature thing. Um, um, people are like, oh, you should do that next. And how much is that going to be? And blah, blah, blah. Because I did the gumbo and I was selling the gumbo and I sold out. Like, I put it up for a day. It was sold out. So I had to add another batch. So I'm like, I might be into doing something like that. But even with that, that's daunting. That's heavy. I don't think I could do a whole restaurant. And then, restaurants don't make money for the first couple of years. And no.
Get a food truck. Get a food truck.
See, I heard that before too. We'll see.
There you go. When can we see that recipe book though?
The recipe book I want to have done by next summer.
There you go. You have you started on it yet, or?
Yeah, I have a couple of recipes going. I'm contemplating on that gumbo recipe. We'll see.
Gotcha.
We'll
All right,
see.
another fun fact.
Okay.
Our YouTube channel. We have a chef that's on our team, so we will be having a cooking show. So I'm, hopefully, we've already started brainstorming it. This guy has been on our team ever since the inception. We just haven't showed him. He in the background of everything. So he wants to do a cooking show. It's looking like it's gonna happen sometime this year. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully you can, hop in with us and give us suggestions and things like that. So that's cool. That is what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we moving off of cooking a little bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about Am I Right? So I have a little show on the channel called Am I Right? You've participated in Am I Right a few times. And one of the questions you asked me and I talked about on there is cancel culture. Well, your question was, how do you cancel culture?
Right.
So I want to play off that a little bit more, and I want to ask you, what are your thoughts? See, now it's prevalent in the news right now, and it's something a lot of people are talking about. You got Governor Cuomo, you got Pepe Le Pew, and other cartoon characters being targeted. What do you think? What is your opinion on cancel culture right now?
I think it's silly, and I think we headed down a really slippery slope.
Yes.
Because you start censoring everything everybody says. That's gonna be problematic. And I think as a society, as a country, it weakens us because it's not like that everywhere. And how are we gonna defend ourselves when we weak and sensitive to everything? Like everybody's not like that. Like, how are we gonna compete with other world powers and everything is so doggone sensitive? They're not gonna follow our lead in that. A lot of these countries are still patriarchies. Like, they're not gonna follow our lead in the way that we handling things like this. Like, no. So I think it's definitely to our detriment, and we need to start dialing back on that, like a whole lot.
How do we do that though? Like you mentioned before, it's a slippery slope, and I think we're sliding right now. So like it's so crazy to me. Because when you first brought it up, my answer was it does have its advantages because we get to root out some of the people who deserve to be rooted out.
Right.
I think that might have been back in January that I said that. And now my mind has changed a little bit because it's just gotten so crazy just over the last few months. They're canceling a cartoon. I mean, okay, let's talk about this right quick. You can control what a cartoon says and does, you know? You can control it. So it's weird to me. It's very weird to me that they're canceling a cartoon from what? Pepe Le Pew was probably done in the 60s. It is. I just think we're just getting crazy and crazy, especially when it comes to this. They're trying to cancel. What's his name? Cuomo.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel about that situation? Governor Cuomo. I always want to call him Mario Cuomo.
Isn't that his name?
Is it Marco? Is it Marco Cuomo?
Mario? I think it's Mario Cuomo.
Something like that. For the sake of this interview, we're gonna call him Governor Cuomo.
His name is Mario.
It is Mario. Okay.
No, okay. His name is Mario. His mama called him Mario.
His mama called him Mario. We call him Mario. So
Why
what do you feel about that situation?
I don't even know why he's being canceled. What is that about?
So apparently it's maybe three or four, and other women have stepped forward saying he just sexual misconduct. One lady say he groomed her to okay, so here's my take on it, because it's just a bunch of allegations at this point. And it seemed like it seemed like he made advances, and the advances didn't go anywhere, and he's being blamed for making those advances. So my point is, like, are we really canceling people because they're trying to get sex? I don't know. Like, is it? No, seriously. Listen, like, it's so weird to me.
Right? Is this in the workplace?
Yes, it is. He's a governor, so.
Right. So if it's in the workplace, I can see where that's coming from, because he's in a position of power. Okay. So then women can feel like if they don't, you know what I'm saying?
He's the governor. So who is he supposed, like, everybody's pretty much under him. So what is he supposed
so he's got to go outside of the workplace. He can't do it in the workplace. He got to go outside of the workplace. So, but canceling him, I don't know.
It's weird. This is so weird to me, because it seems like he's being canceled because he wants a female company, or maybe he was just actively just going for the sex. But, like, if we canceled everybody that went for sex, how do we procreate?
He just can't do it in the workplace, unfortunately.
Right.
He's gonna have to go outside of the workplace, because he's putting everybody in a precarious position. Because when you do, like, sexual harassment, workplace harassment, and all that, they tell you can't date down, basically. Like, you can't.
No, you can. You just got to disclose it or something like that.
Yeah, but then like he's the governor, so he's over everyone.
Is he married?
That's a good question.
I would imagine someone that old and that high is probably married. I don't know.
I'm gonna Google it.
That threw a whole nother wrinkle into this.
Yeah, it came up. Mario Cuomo. Yeah. Oh no, they got divorced. I do remember that.
Okay.
They got divorced in 2015. Yeah.
All right. So here's another question. So obviously none of these women were actually accepting these advances from Governor Cuomo. Right. Would it still have been sexual misconduct if they were actually attracted to him?
See, and that's the thing. Because if a woman says, yeah, I'll go out with you, he put himself in a precarious position. Because if she says, yeah, I'll go out with you, and it doesn't work, and then, now she can't be fired, she can't, like, nothing. It wouldn't matter.
I get that. That. I'm just saying, like, okay, so obviously maybe they weren't attracted to him. If the same advances, you take the same advances, you switch the dude to somebody who they are attracted to. Right. Is it still sexual misconduct?
It is, but they're not going to report it. It's still the exact same
That's
thing.
So weird to me. Okay, so if they were attracted, and oh my goodness, this is so weird to me. Because we're just talking. It's all about attraction at this point.
Yep.
It's all about attraction. So here's the thing: how is he supposed to know if he don't try? Does he just stop shooting his shot?
Yes, in the workplace.
I got
go to the bar and the club like everybody.
No, else. But here's the thing: some of these advances did not take place in a workplace setting. They were in bars or clubs, in parties and things like that.
Wait, but are they people who work for him?
Yes, they were.
Then that's the problem.
The problem for you is the fact that they work.
It's not the problem for me.
It's just the problem. You're saying it's the problem in
society. Yeah, the problem is, and that's pretty much the standard. Like, you cannot proposition, you can't date down. Like, you can't proposition someone beneath you, because they can call it harassment.
But if they're attracted, they won't.
They won't. until it don't work out, and then something happens with the job, and now it's harassment.
Got you. I get it. You schooling me on it. Not that I'm taking, so it ain't like I'm out there
Right.
doing sexual misconduct.
Right. Paul, like, let me put this disclaimer
No,
out
don't
there.
cancel me. No, I don't want to get canceled. I ain't
All
trying to
right,
get canceled.
man.
So moving on. Did you hear
Mhm.
about this? Did you hear about this Kurt Franklin
I knew
situation?
it was coming. Yes,
We ain't gonna dwell on this too much.
I knew it was
Were
coming.
you shocked? Were you shocked?
No,
You
not
were.
even
You
a
were
little
not
bit.
shocked.
Nope, not even a little bit.
So you knew. You knew. Kurt Frank was out there thugging, huh?
I believe that most men in the church, get loose. I do. I believe that, and I believe Kirk Franklin struggled with porn, and they
What?
were just, yeah,
Struggle with
that was
porn?
real public. Yeah, he had a porn addiction. It was real public. He
That's
came
crazy.
out and said that he had a porn addiction, and then it came out that. Now I'm gonna put a disclaimer out here. I don't know
Okay,
how
go
true
ahead.
this is, but they did say that he was struggling with proving that he wasn't homosexual, and
Okay.
that's how he ended up having this son. He had a son. He had sex with this woman, and they had a son.
Okay.
And to prove that he wasn't a homosexual, I guess that's what he did. That's
So
the
you can't be a homosexual if you got kids. Is that what he was?
right.
That's weird.
Like that's the
Because
dumbest. But back
you
then,
can
this
still
kid
be.
is 33 years old. So 33 years
Okay.
ago, people
Okay. Yeah.
stupid.
It would.
So,
Okay.
so
Right.
this is my stance on Kirk Franklin. I'm not surprised he cussed or anything, and I don't hold that against anybody. I think it's silly that when they say that people who are religious can't use bad language. It happens all the time.
Right.
Like, I think that's
Mm-hmm.
silly. And then people do all kinds of stuff like that all the time. Like, yeah, y'all gamble and you sleeping around, you married, and like
Mm-hmm.
everybody do stuff. My issue with this is he called his son what he called him, and that's abusive at any age. Like, and in our community, we have to stop accepting that as normal.
Right.
Like,
Right.
my mama never called me on my name, and I took
I've never heard my mama curse. Never.
Really?
My mother never. I've never heard her say a curse word. I've heard my father curse 2 times. My parents were real religious, and I heard my father curse twice.
Yeah.
And I ain't never heard my mama curse.
Yeah.
Never.
Now, as far as him cussing at him and all that, I don't have an issue with him cussing at him. I have an issue with the abusive language, calling him out his name and all of that. And then I also take issue with these other prominent figures coming out and saying it's nothing wrong with what he did. It absolutely is. And I feel like they're absolving themselves in their own abusive behavior with their own children through this story. And that's problematic also. That's the issue I take.
The way that rolled off his tongue, that wasn't the first time he
Man, listen, you want to
it came off too natural. It came off too natural. Do you think his son was wrong for leaking the audio?
Okay. No, I don't. Because this is my thing. If it was his daughter and she had released it, we wouldn't have no issue with it. If it was his wife and she released it, we wouldn't have no issue with it. We're like, oh man, Kirk, you out here bad like this. You wild.
Wow.
But when he did it, you're maliciously trying to ruin his career and this and this and that. This boy has been saying since he was at least 17, 18 years old that him and his father have problems and that his father was abusive. 3 years ago, he came out and said his father was trying to kill him. Like, it was all of this stuff. And he's in a community where they obviously are backing up his dad and not believing him. Even in this, they coming out saying, leave Kirk alone, blah, 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 blah. So how else is he supposed to get this story out there, other than to record him and play it back? So, and my other thing is the recording is not what's killing Kirk's career. Kirk's career is being killed because of Kirk's behavior, not because of a recording. So let's put it out there, like, for real, for real. Who had an issue with what's the football player's name that knocked his wife out in the elevator?
Oh, that was Jesus.
Him.
Yeah,
Nobody had an issue.
We don't know no names today.
Right. Nobody had an issue with that recording coming out. We had an issue with him knocking the hell out of his wife like that. And then we were cool with her beating, slap boxing him the whole time. She
Mm-hmm.
was all over him. We never took
Mm-hmm.
issue with that. It was like, oh, he can't put his hands on her. And, you know, to an extent, yeah. But come on, man. Like, where
Yeah,
are we really
that
going
was
with
kind of
this?
tough to watch. That was tough to look at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was problematic. He never should have put his hands on her. But nobody said anything about her slap boxing him all, you know.
Yeah.
That wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
problem. So it's
Stuff always going down in the elevator.
Solange JB.
Look what's on the
My
screen right now. Look what's
Huh?
on the screen right now. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. You gonna Carly, you gonna have to explain to me what was this movie funny at. Now, everybody, me and Carla done had these conversations, but we gonna have it on here. Just for a little bit, just for a smidge. Where was this movie funny at, Carla?
Listen, the funniest part of this movie was when Ohio started singing Get Off. That was the funniest part of the movie to me. I screamed. It was hilarious. That movie.
To me, this movie had what's the name? It's like a B movie. This was like just something that comes straight to DVD with. This was not a good movie. Maybe if I was 11, I might have laughed at some of these jokes.
Well, how old were you when Coming to America the first one came out?
I was very young, and I love that, and I still love it today. Those jokes were funny. It was original. They weren't slapping people in for cameos for the sake of doing cameos.
Yeah,
the writing was much better. The story was much better. Now, bro, I saw the first movie. I don't remember him with what's her name, dipping off in the corner with her and having kids. Like I don't remember none of that.
They added that.
Right. They could have came up with a better story than this. This does not make any sense.
I think it was just meant to be funny. And to me, it was funny. It was just meant to
I'm rolling my eyes at you. This was not funny.
Coming to America, the first time it came out, right? We had seen nothing like it. Nothing was out there like that. All black cast, the Regal. I mean, think about it. The whole set was painted. It was low budget as hell, like for real. Like it wasn't that great. It was very predictable. It was your basic romantic comedy and all of that, but you added all of that other stuff in. And at that point, they couldn't have cameos because we weren't famous like that. Back then, right. we just weren't like that. I do think that the
still could have written this movie could have been written better than this.
Yeah, it seemed like this was ridiculous.
That was horrible.
That was
horrible.
Really?
The man was on his deathbed. He was on his deathbed. Then you go to a funeral and he's standing up in a casket. He was just on his deathbed. This don't make no sense, Carl. This movie was not good. I'm questioning your movie judgment right now.
I loved it because, that's the nostalgia of it. And then, it was kind of funny. And then this is the thing. When people tell me movies are good, I tend not to like them. I mean, that movie has to be knocked out of the park. Like, don't ruin it for me. You coming out talking about, it's so great. It's great. I'm going to go and I'm going to pick the movie apart. But then if you say, oh my God, this movie is horrible, I'll go in there, my expectations really, really low. And then if I like it, it's like, oh, that was a good movie. Y'all giving it a hard time. So I liked it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You like Soul Plane?
No.
How you don't like Soul Plane, but you like this? It's basically like...
That was trash.
All right. You're right. I agree with you. Soul Plane was trash.
Trash.
So was Coming to America.
No, it wasn't.
All right. Before we get out of here, now this is something we've been talking about in the chat. I keep saying the chat. The chat is what me and my cousin and Ty and all my other people that's part of the channel do. In the group. Something we've been talking about in the group for the last maybe 24 hours is New York pizza. This is going to be a quick hit. Just get a quick hit and why. New York pizza versus Chicago pizza. What you got?
Chicago.
Have you ever had New York pizza?
Yes.
Trash.
It's straight cafeteria, cardboard.
Straight doo-doo butter. Straight doo-doo butter. It's trash.
It's horrible.
All right. Well, before we get out of here, I want to ask you one more thing. You're going to have to somehow find a way to bake me a cake a caramel cake, some peanut butter cookies or something, put them in a box and send them to VA. You're going to have to do it.
Okay.
That's my thing. Anytime somebody do an interview with me, I'm asking something. I'm trying to get something for free. I had to ask.
Okay, I'm gonna figure that out and get it to you.
All right. Well, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Thank you for showing up. Like I said, I like doing this. It gives me the opportunity to know a little bit more about people, and you know, like I said, I knew you at a distance, but I didn't know you. I feel I know a little bit more about you now. I ain't gonna say I know all about you, but I know a little bit more about you now. And that's the point of this. You got to promote what you were doing, which is good. Do you have any social medias you want to promote, or any links for people to get at you about the Pampered Chef?
Yeah, I'll put it down in the comments when this is posted in the group and on my page and stuff. But my Pampered Chef is pamperedchef.com/PWS/Carla Curry.
Okay.
And that is my website. But I'm on Instagram, Linktree, what is this? Facebook. I'm on. I'm also on, I'm looking at it. What is it called? Clubhouse. I'm on Clubhouse.
Okay. You did tell me about Clubhouse. I haven't looked at it yet.
That's
but
dope.
Thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you, and we gonna see more from you with CTD Live coming up. Hopefully you can hop on there.
Yeah.
And that's about it, everybody. I need everybody to check out the YouTube page, From Chicago to Dummast. That's the YouTube page where you're gonna see tons of different content. And me and Carla are out.
Well done.
Whiskey.